Hello, America, and everywhere else in the world. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Corey Has a Podcast. This originally was going to be just a test run, but the truth of the matter is sometimes you just you're not really feeling it, right? And you think you're going to go in, but sometimes the test run ends up being dope. So I'm just trying something out right now. A lot of people are having these conversations about Christmas movies and shit. Like, those conversations come around every year. Like, what's the best Christmas movie? So I was thinking about that. If I was going to talk about that, right? The anatomy of a podcast. I was sitting here like, am I going to really sit here and remind everybody that Home Alone, starring a young Macaulay Culkin and a relatively young Joe Pesci? Because who the fuck else is in that movie? Actually, what's that woman's name? She's great. The mom. Fuck, what's her name? She's really funny. As I'm thinking about her name, mom from, she's in Best in Show. She's in, yes, Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara is awesome. She at Best in Show comes up here. Yeah, she's funny as fuck. You can't teach somebody how to be funny, right? You're either funny or you're not. Usually when I think about the funny people that I know, there's something about those people individually. Like, I think my dad is really funny. And I think he's funny because he'll like... I think he's funny because I don't know anyone like him. And he'll just straight up say what's on his mind, respectfully. But his delivery is everything. He's not trying to be funny. He's lived a lot more life than I have. He's been through a lot of shit. And he has a great sense of humor, and he can just so casually talk about things in a way that, like, I feel like I don't know a lot of people who can do it like the way he does it, right? So that's to him. Like, my best friend Frank, I think, is probably, he never listens to my podcast, which is crazy because he has the balls to fucking, he's a writer, and he's a brilliant writer. He has the balls to send me his material and ask me to read it, and I read it. But you know what it is? I'm a good person, and I truly live by that. I believe that I'm a good person. If you're a good person and you say you're a good person, you know, I don't know if it's true all the time for everybody, but I tell you what, I believe I'm a good person. But beyond that, I just think I'm a good friend. And when I tell somebody I'm going to read their shit, or I'm going to support them, or come out to their show, or whatever it is, there's a likelihood that I'll do it. Or I just won't tell you that I'm going to do it, right? Because people are afraid to say no. I'm not necessarily one of those people. I'm not afraid to say no to anyone. It's a skill that I've developed. I think there's this, you kind of get, I went to Catholic school and shit, you know, like you kind of, and, you know, I grew up in that era. I was talking to my boy Julian. He was telling me about fatherhood. You know, he's just had his second kid recently, and he was talking about, you know, he doesn't want to be like his parents or like, even like, he was like, I'm trying to get her to do something, and she'll ask me why. And he's like, and I'm trying to like get her to understand why I'm asking her to do something, my little daughter, rather than like just be like, because I said so. And I'm like, well, that's how we were raised, right? Like, if my mom told me to sit the fuck down right there, and if I wondered why, I'd be like, because I said so, right? And my mom was a great mom, but I think that's just like, that was the parenting style back then, you know? But now that I think about it, it's like, I guess a reason would have been nice, but, you know, it's so far behind me that I don't really care anymore. Maybe it had an effect on certain things, and obviously things affect people differently, but what I was trying to say was, just because my friend doesn't listen to my shit doesn't mean I'm going to stop reading his thing because I'm being petty. Because I am interested in what the people that I care about are creating. I really am. You know, I listen to people's podcasts. Like, you know, some of my favorite podcasts are by people that I know. There's the fucking Wild Nights with Rocky. Check that podcast out. Just check out Wild Nights with Rocky. Check out Movies to Watch Before You Die. Right? Starring Dylan and Gab. It's a great podcast. And you know what? I enjoy it, and I listen to all my friends' shit. Like, I'm just one of those people, right? And I've become bitter in the past. I've been like, because I think it's hard not to sometimes, but like I've been like, fuck, nobody's listening to my shit, but I'm not promoting it, right? And I'm not doing this. But anyway, back to the Christmas movie debate. Listen, Home Alone, Catherine O'Hara, Joe Pesci, the fucking kid, Macaulay Culkin, who's now a grown man, who kind of looks almost exactly the way he looked when he was a kid. Except I think once he grew a beard and kind of looked like the old man from the movie. He's one of those people, like, some people should have facial hair and some people shouldn't. Right? So you ever look at someone, you're like, this guy needs a beard, right? I'm going to tell you the things that make a guy need a beard. Really soft chin, really soft, receding. Even if I'm skinny, I have a double chin kind of chin. Grow a beard. Nobody will know about it. Guy's got no chin. And no one would know it because he's got a beard, right? Somebody with a full head of hair might have freckles all over the top of their fucking head. You wouldn't know it because they have hair there, right? You ever shave a part of your body and go, I didn't know that I had a mole there, right? It's the same thing, right? So, yeah, some guys need a beard, some guys don't. Macaulay Culkin, no beard for you, right? Some guys can go either way, right? Some guys need the beard, though, right? Like, look at Rick Ross. He needs a beard. I don't want to see him without a beard. Also, he's got such a perfect beard. I feel like him and DJ Khaled probably have like beard conversations. Just a couple of fat dudes with beards looking at each other's beards, talking about, maybe they go to the same beard barber. There's like actual barbershops that you go to and they will lace your shit up. Speaking of laced up, I got a haircut today, and every time I get a haircut, I just feel so fucking handsome. My routine now is I listen to that Kendrick Lamar song, Rich Spirit, where he's like, bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. I love that shit. It's just dope. Like, I feel like I love feeling good about myself, right? Which is funny because sometimes, like, people will tell you that they want you to feel good about yourself until you feel good about yourself a little bit too much. And then everybody be like, all right, calm down. And it's like, I'm so weird that, like, when I see somebody feeling so good about themselves, I kind of get a little bit excited to see how good they can feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, yo, this motherfucker's really, like, feeling himself right now. Like, what else you got? Like, you know what I mean? Like, feeling like fucking just feeling gigantic. I love seeing that. It just amps me up, but people like to rein you in sometimes. I'll never rein you in. If you're going to be around me feeling fucking like you're on a, like, God level, I would be like, yeah, bro, that's dope, man. That's fucking dope. That shit is hilarious to me. Because you know what it is? That feeling is just fleeting. Like, why do we want to rein people in so much when they're feeling amazing? Because it's just a little too much for us to handle. Like, yo, let people rock. Let this motherfucker feel. Let this fucking girl or this guy or whoever it is, let these motherfuckers feel amazing about themselves, at least for now. Because at some point or other, maybe later on that day, maybe in a couple of days, maybe in a week or so, they're going to have a rough day. We all do, right? We all eat shit sometimes. Like, let's let people fucking feel dope. So I come out of the barbershop like, bitch, I'm attractive. Because that's my shit, right? Like, fuck. Like, things cannot be going my way in other areas of my life. But if I pass by my reflection and I'm like, damn, well, at least I look fucking good. That's nice. Something. You got to have something. But you got to have dum. Yeah. So, yeah. It goes without saying, I guess, that my favorite Christmas movie of all time is probably Home Alone. And I don't even think Home Alone is particularly that great. I just think that for some reason when I was a kid, that's the only Christmas movie we had on VHS. And we just fucking watched it every Christmas. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, Toy Story had Christmas in it, right? Like, didn't fucking Buzz Lightyear show up on Christmas? Or did he get Buzz Lightyear for his birthday. Let me check that. Let me just double check. I'm over here doing research and shit online about some other things. Toy Story. Christmas. What is a Toy Story Christmas movie, apparently, but yo, I'm just gonna go with this. I think in Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear showed up on Christmas. That's what I think. And then Woody was jealous and blah, blah, blah. But there's movies. All right, there's a breakdown to this. There's movies that have Christmas in them. And then there are Christmas movies, right? There was a movie with, what's that fucking guy's name? The Goldie Hawn, Kate Hudson guy. The fucking, he's super famous. What's his name? The Santa Claus movie where he was like the badass Santa. Fuck, his name is on the tip of my tongue now. I can't even Google it. It's gonna come to me. But everybody, Kate Hudson's stepfather or something like that. Fuck. Kate Hudson. Goldie Hawn. Whoa, she's got grandchildren. It's funny, when my mom became a grandma, I just didn't imagine her. Kurt Russell! The Christmas movie with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, when he had this really luxurious head of hair. He was like a rock star Santa. It was really dope. You know, Santa's getting a little more in shape now these days because we're starting to realize the effects of how unhealthy it is to be obese, right? Don't get it twisted. You could be kind of fat and still healthy, but like obesity is a little bit pushing it, right? So Santa Claus himself decided, you know what? I got all this time while I'm making a list and checking it twice and, you know, what? Shut the fuck. Whatever it is. And I'm going to start training. So Santa Claus hired a personal trainer. A guy comes to his house, trains him. You know, Mrs. Claus does the Peloton. And in case you were wondering, her name is Nancy Claus. And Nancy's in the fucking living room doing the Peloton, and Santa's out in the garage working out in his squat rack with his personal trainer, and he's starting to get a little bit in shape, bro, because he was just getting too healthy, bro. I mean, too unhealthy. He was looking like fucking Action Bronson before he found the kettlebell, you know? Yo, I love Action Bronson. I was listening to some Action Bronson shit the other day. Yo, I just love his voice. He's got a certain... He just kind of reminds me of people I knew growing up in a cool way, but like low key. Like he seems like such a laid back dude. Really cool guy. Yeah, so it's the holidays, but I feel like Thanksgiving you spend with your family, I suppose, right? A lot of people do a Friendsgiving. Christmas time, you could go either way. Some people like to do that shit where they go to their family's house and then be in pajamas all day. Can I do that? Maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Sitting around for too long and in some pajamas, I get a little antsy. I want to do stuff. I want to move. I'm starting to think about going to the gym and shit, you know, or something. Maybe go for a run. Like, I like to be moving around. Today, I took a rest day. I laid around, relaxed. Watched some Dragon Ball. Just watched the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. It got me so amped. But I'm still dealing with this wrist sprain. I think I sprained my wrist, right? Apparently it takes 2 to 10 weeks for it to kind of heal on its own. So I'm just dealing with that. But I am competing tomorrow with a sprained wrist. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. You know, but apparently, you know, Michael Jordan, I think about this shit all the time. Michael Jordan played a game with having pneumonia and won. Michael Jordan put on a new pair of sneakers and his feet were bleeding in the shoe the whole time. And, you know, that's just a person who wants to win. I just feel like you ever hear somebody else talk about like how they struggled, but they overcame something. And you're like, well, shit, if this person could do that, I could do it too. Why not me? Right? I'm tough. If you're as tough as you claim you are, then fight. You know, the fight is always going to be uncomfortable. Thinking about something is easy. I used to think about skateboarding, right? I would play skateboarding video games. I went outside, got on a skateboard, started skateboarding, and I'm like, oh, even the sound of the skateboard touching the pavement, you can like feel your foot. You could feel a rock if you go over it, right? You can feel the cracks in the sidewalk, right? You don't feel that when you're playing a game. This is different. You're out here. This is like tactile shit that you can actually fucking like experience while you're out there. Experience it. That's what it's for, right? I think you can't talk shit about anything if you don't know what it feels like, right? So you got to do stuff. Watch some Christmas movies. Yeah. What are the most popular Christmas movies of all time? I know that you guys come here for this. Most popular, wow, they said Christmas songs. Obviously, it's fucking Mariah Carey, right? Is somebody else going to make something that is going to just finally knock that one off the top spot? Top 10 Christmas movies. Let's see. Oh, these are all new. The night before. Noel. What is Noel? I was wondering about that recently, too. What is that? Top 4 Christmas movies of all time. Thank you. A Wonderful Life. 4 Christmases. 4 Christmases. Oh, these are like romantic ones. They got this one movie called Bamboozled where these two guys are in blackface. Hold on. Starring... Yikes. Bamboozled. Jada Pinkett Smith. Tommy Davidson. Oh, this is like a classic. Yeah. I didn't know the cover was like that. Then there's always the debate about Die Hard and blah, blah, blah. I'd like to debate about new things, right? Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie, and it's considered romantic. That movie was fucking sad. Also, Edward Scissorhands doesn't talk for the entire movie. He just walks around with that fucking leather outfit, that bondage outfit on, and has scissors on his hands. You know when you get a song stuck in your head and you just keep repeating it over and over again? In my head, I keep going, swing for the fence like Prince Fielder, knock it into the Upper Peninsula. You want to go against Zilla, the rap god? When will I quit? Never been realer. I keep saying that over and over again in my fucking head. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. And Home Alone is up there. Of course it is. Christmas with the Cranks. Is that good? And what's Krampus? Krampus? Listen, whatever, man. I don't know. Listen, like what you like. Watch whatever you want to fucking watch. I don't know what you and your family does. You know what me and my family do? We don't fucking talk to each other. Nah, we do. I love my family. Yeah, I mean, it should be a nice time, right? And then you go into the new year. New year. Set yourself some tangible goals. I like a new beginning. I like a fresh start. I like putting shit on the calendar. I like having things to be excited about. I like to pinpoint areas of my life that I'd like to improve and then focus on improving those things as they come up, right? Like, rather than constantly complaining about them and doing nothing about it, right? Complaining is cool though, right? Bitching about something is cool, especially when you got a group of friends that you can kind of just bitch about things with. It's nice. You can all kind of bond over that, but it's also nice to know that you're taking steps to eliminate that stress from your life, right? Because we all should be trying to build our best lives. Living your best life. For real though. We should all be trying to put yourself in a position to just be comfortable, to just find that feeling where you're feeling yourself a little bit more regularly, right? Where the biggest things that stress you out are like, fuck, they spelled my name wrong on this fucking Starbucks cup. I thought I said Catherine. And they wrote Kelly, right? Or some shit like that, right? If that's the most stressful part of your day, then you have a fucking awesome day. You've had an awesome day, right? Like, think about it, right? You got to appreciate the little things. Like I always say, there's nothing bigger. And I stole that from Vanilla Sky, starring Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz and don't tell me Penelope Cruz. Jesus Christ, her name is almost the same as Tom Cruise, and they dated for a little while. And Fabulous said, we could cruise like Tom and Penelope. My charm is a felony. And I was like, wow. That's the type of shit I like. Smooth. And on that note, everybody, have a fucking happy holiday. Real quick. You go into a holiday party, don't get wasted and act like an asshole in front of your boss. All right? Or get wasted and act like an asshole in front of your boss if you're looking for a new job. All right, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.